Leads me to my second point. This is gonna be backwards for you guys. Make plans. Make a plan. Do not assume that you can text somebody randomly in the middle of the day, what are you doing? Or text them at midnight or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or even just within hours of when you actually want to see them and think that they're going to be available. I personally, once I get home and I take my makeup off and I'm watching TV, I'm no longer interested. So if you didn't make a plan earlier in the day, or better yet, a day or 2 or 3 in advance, I'm not interested. I don't want to hang out anymore because that ship has sailed.
But I would not be like, here's a drink for me and you. Absolutely not, no. As a man, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So I'm not supposed to be out here searching and hunting and, you know, where's a man, where's a relationship?
Don't do that. We're not going to the Bible. Don't do that.
I just can't be with somebody that's gonna constantly cheat on me and have me raise somebody else's child. I've been catching her cheat constantly.
A week after you got married?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. White, have you been cheating?
Yes, but I have like abandonment issues because I was adopted. But I just want him to like show me love and affection and be there for me.
Do you have any other reason to believe your wife cheated other times?
I have text messages proof right here. The most recent is Valentine's Day. She went to another man's house while I'm sitting at the house with the kids.
Well, that's because you didn't even get me anything and you were just yelling at me.
Let me see this evidence. Wishing you was in this bed with me. Why are you so quiet? Why are you texting your ex-boyfriend these things?
Because he don't treat me right.
I'm a very independent woman. And like I can't even accept gifts. I pay for my own shit. But when it comes to dates, I feel like I'm not taking them out on a date. They are taking me out on a date. So they are taking me for my time, you know?
Yeah.
So I expect them to pay. And like, maybe that's just my old traditional thoughts, like them being gentlemen. Like I like them when they get the seat out, make sure like they open the door for me, you know, all that stuff. Like paying is a part of it.
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
Because yes, I mean I work every day pretty much.
So right now, kind of like talking situationship.
I'm in a really serious situationship right now.
I mean,
yeah, I have here and there, but again, not really. It's getting over a recent breakup and stuff. Like I haven't really been putting myself out there.
Has there been a rebound?
There was like one person I was seeing for like a very short period of time, but I don't really talk to them anymore.
And what about you? Any hookups here and there? Or
a couple here and there. Nothing super serious, but
other ones.
I mean, there's like three
ish. 3 sneaky links.
I mean, I guess I just have like one. Like, he's just like always there. I guess he like is my neighbor, so I can just walk over to his room.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, one as well. But yeah. How about you?
I wouldn't like say I have any sneaky links because like sneaky links are just like casual hookups. So.
And you don't do casual hookups, right?
Currently one.
None. I don't do casual hookups.
Luke?
I have one.
Damn.
Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus,
This is just the reality of it. So women, you know, we're more educated now, and I think that we're furthering our education. So with that being said, we're going to hold off on the baby making. We're going to hold off until we get that great job, really career driven. And I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping that there's someone either on your level or higher than you.
I feel like I've been feeling really like I'm in my own bubble and like nobody knows I exist. And like obviously I do have like my internet friends and everything, but like in the real world, I feel like I don't have anybody right now.
Social media has and will always have a more negative impact on my mental health.
It was detrimental to the way I viewed myself, the way I looked at my friends.
I was actually diagnosed with depression around age 14.
I have personally been diagnosed with both depression and anxiety.
The feminist movement and the sexual revolution were two radically different movements. The feminist movement was fighting for equal opportunity for women in education and the workforce. The sexual revolution was fighting for all sorts of sexual freedoms. Cosmo, we pretended that this sexual revolution was a freedom for women. It actually was not. It was actually kind of a slavery. But we pretended it was freedom for women. And over time, as the sexual revolution and the women's movement got identified closer and closer together, a lot of women began to buy into that illusion.
Here are the results of the paternity test.
Well, what the fuck? Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
What?
Come on, bro.
What you doing all that for?
Read this paper. What the fuck this say?
What you mean? What?
Read what that say right there.
They need to do this over.
Negative. I'm not the father. I'm not the father. I ain't paying no more child support.
They need to do this over.
I ain't paying no more child support, dog. I swear to God, I already knew it, bro. Is everything okay?
What are you doing?
I'm recording you.
I see that. Did you put her to sleep?
Yeah, I did.
You did good. She had such a great birthday.
She did.
You're such a great dad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not done passing out gifts either.
A gift for me? Vernon, you didn't have to do that. It's not my birthday.
You're such a great mom.
Oh, thank you.
I had to.
It's heavy. Ooh, I'm excited.
You're gonna love it.
What is it?
Open it up.
Oh my God, you are such an amazing man, I tell you.
Open it up, man.
Is it Valentine's Day all over again? Oh my God. Ooh, it's that kind of night, ain't it? My favorite wine?
You're gonna love it. It goes with the gift.
Ooh, Pinot Noir. Mwah. I can't wait to sip on this. Thank you, babe. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm excited. It better be the necklace I wanted. You know I've been wanting that for a long time. Another bag. You're so tricky, I tell you. Babe, really? Another bag? I can't with you and your foolishness. Oh my God. You are one silly man, I tell you.
Open it up.
Oh my God, what is this? Oh man. Duct tape, really?
They ran out.
You're such an amazing rapper.
They ran out. I'm sorry.
An envelope? What could this be? What could this be? It's not shaking. It's not my necklace, I don't think. Let's open this up. Ooh, it feels kind of thick, okay? Hold on, it may be. Maybe. This better be a ticket to Dubai for 2 weeks straight, round trip. Because you know I've been wanting to go to Dubai.
Open it up. Yeah, read it.
What is this?
You know what it is? I just want you to know that I know. Nevaeh is not mine. She's not my daughter.
Why did you do this tonight out of all nights? Why?
Because I wanted you to know that I know Nevaeh is not mine. I've had doubts. So I went and got a DNA test. Nevaeh is not mine. She's not my daughter.
Why would you do this? She loves you though. Why would you do this?
She's not my daughter. Why would you do this? Why would you cheat?
I didn't cheat.
Why would you cheat on me?
I didn't.
That's proof right there. DNA test. Nevaeh is not my daughter.
But babe, really? Out of all days, you had 3 years to give this to me. Now you want to give this to me?
All right, well, listen. You and Nevaeh got to the end of the month to get out of my house.
You're kidding, right?
I'm not kidding.
But that's your
and
daughter.
your daughter had to the end of the month to get out of my house.
But that's
Kelly.
your daughter.
It's not my daughter, Kelly.
Yes, it is.
The paperwork says it's not my daughter.
Why would you do this?
I am not the father.
No. Stop, babe. Can we just talk? Get the camera on my face. Can we just talk? Get it out.
Woman refuses to get DNA test.
Like, do you think that I was cheating at all? Our whole relationship, we've been together 5 years. You always know where I'm at. I'm always at the house. If I do leave out the house, I'm with you. You honestly think I was cheating?
I don't think you was cheating, but what's wrong with me getting a DNA test?
Why do you need a DNA test?
I just want to know for a fact.
You do know for a fact.
I don't know for a fact.
You don't know for a fact that this your child.
That's what the DNA test for. No.
Exactly. DNA test is to make sure it's 100% fact. Because like I said, 30% of men who take DNA tests find out the kid.
So, in a few seconds, you guys are going to watch a video clip of a father who signed as the legal father of what he thought was his child. And he explains that he didn't really know what the repercussions were because he didn't think at the time that the child wasn't his, which rightfully so. I mean, if you're signing, and you're with that person, you're thinking, that's my child. But I want to throw out some statistics that I thought are rather earth-shattering or very mind-opening, just to kind of piece the puzzle pieces together of this whole child support system. So last year, America, all 50 states, collected roughly about $33 billion in child support payments collectively. The state of California in the year 2020 made $430 million off of child support payments. And if some of you don't know, a majority of the states in America do not pay 100% of the child support payments to the child, meaning they're keeping a portion of it. Not only that, the state of California, for example, I'm mentioning them because they seem to be the most corrupt out of the child support system, and I may be wrong, but they charge a 10% interest rate on any past due child support payments, so they just keep tacking it on, right? Another thing that I found interesting was that the federal government, and I already knew this, but I didn't know to the extent, actually reimburses states 66% of the child support they collect, meaning the states are getting back 66 cents per every dollar. Now let's talk about how child support is really for the children, though.
It was nothing to think about at that time because I had no reason to suspect that he wasn't my child when I signed the acknowledgement of paternity. And so
let me ask you a question about that acknowledgement of paternity, because and you'll have to forgive me, we abbreviate things a lot, AOP,
okay.
all right?
AOP, yeah.
Did you know at the time you signed the acknowledgement of paternity what that actually meant?
I guess I should say yes and no.
Okay. What do you mean by yes and no?
Because at the time I felt I didn't know that it could possibly hold, basically, even if you find out that you're not the father, that it would still hold you legally responsible for that child. And so that's the part that I didn't know. And I think the reason why I didn't know that is because I didn't go into it thinking that what ended up happening would have happened.
All right.
Meaning, when I signed it, I was 100% sure that my son was my son. Framed for a pregnancy that I didn't commit, I had legally admissible evidence to prove that I didn't do it. And my attorney told me we had less than a 10% chance of winning with 2 DNA tests proving that I didn't do it. We subpoenaed the mother and her family members, and only then did we find out she actually got pregnant 6 weeks after I broke up with her. That is not the story that she told. How do you have less than a 20% chance of winning when you can prove you didn't do it? You can prove the other party knowingly and willingly concealed material facts from you. This led to a journey of battling through the courts over a 5-year period, child support lawsuit, 2 bench trials, appeal to the Court of Appeals in the state, appeal to the state Supreme Court, and then an appeal to the United States Supreme Court because a fraud had been perpetrated on me, on my family, and on the child.
The thing, though, that upset me is when you said 300-pound people don't deserve love, which...
No. I said nobody deserves love. Like, the whole point is people think that they are entitled to things. And women think they are entitled to love. Men aren't that delusional. I said you don't deserve a man that makes 6 figures if you're 300 pounds. Guys that make 6 figures tend to date thin women. They tend to date the most beautiful, attractive women on the planet. I don't think I am entitled to dating a man that makes 6 figures. But for some reason, chicks think they are. That's like a broke bum saying, I deserve, I don't even want to say Victoria's Secret model because they look different nowadays, but like a supermodel. I deserve Beyonce. You would look at him like he's insane. For some reason, chicks think they can do this.
There's relationship and there's hookup. And a lot of guys will do that. So like a girl who's promiscuous, they might not care so much if you have a high body count, if they just want you. But for a relationship, for long-term commitment, for marriage, it's going to matter much, much more.
No, and I'm understanding of that. The person that I choose to be with in the future, I hope is understanding that my hypersexuality is something that I embraced during a time in my life and that I can say goodbye to when I meet that person.
Well, that's convenient, isn't it?
But that's I mean, yeah, it's convenient if I'm ready for love, and that's something I want to experience next.
It's not that simple though, because the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior.
And maybe I'll be alone forever, and you guys are right.
If someone's done something for 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, it's going to be harder and harder to quit. So the longer you like engage in certain decisions, it's harder to stop. And we don't even have to make it about like sleeping around. It could be about like if you drink every day for 10 years, it's going to be harder to stop.
Delusional. Think of the people who had to go to therapy to fight their addictions. Think of men who had to quit watching adult content. It's not easy to give up because the dopamine systems get so messed up. Let's see the comments. No way she's still capable of being with one guy, and she will just say whatever as the world around her burns and her children cry, saying, oh, the kids will get over it. She only dreams dealing with her own human nature was that easy to control. Imagine if she's your wife and tells you, not tonight, I have a headache. Women went from, we are not a piece of meat, we are not a human pincushion, to whoever ends up with the most bodies wins. I can just turn it off, spoken like someone who cannot, in fact, turn it off. I can quit anytime I want. Right. The girl who slept with everybody but suddenly decides that you need to commit first. Speaking of the past, here's something that turns men off in terms of relationships.
If you look like a hoe, you behave like a hoe, you have pictures that might make you look like a hoe, well, guys are going to assume you're a hoe.
So because you post in a bikini, you're a hoe? Or look like a hoe?
Oh, hoe
yes.
traits.
These are hoe traits, yes.
Yeah, hoe traits.
So what do you want her to wear to the beach?
She could take a picture and not put it on the internet for everyone else to see.
But you could go to the beach.
She doesn't have to post it on the internet for the world to see.
Why's she gotta post it?
Why she gotta post it on the internet?
Why not?
For who?
For herself.
Oh, herself? Hold on.
Yeah.
If it's for herself, why is it on social media then? Keep it in your camera phone. Yeah.
I don't know.
Because you want to post it,
like
and you
my
want people.
That's not
Instagram's
for
like
yourself then. That's for everyone to see. That's for the public.
we look at
For
our own
yourself.
Instagrams more than anyone else's.
Bro, you put it on your phone, you keep it there. Put it on social media means everyone sees it. That's for the public. It's not for yourself.
I don't want any of my income to be needed in the family. I want the man to be 100% the supporter, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna work and I'm not gonna have my own business or whatever.
But you would want the family to be able to live solely off of your
yes,
husband's
100% solely off of my husband. I don't want me to have to use my income at all.
So her money is her money, and her man's money is also her money. And it's funny, people will see videos like this and their only response is, oh, but not all women are like that. Okay, that's fine, but obviously there are women who are like this.
Men, I have another question for you.
And let's hear this one.
Why is it that we as women will send you a text explaining exactly why we're upset with you? Every little detail, making it clear as day. And then you will respond with, what do you mean?
Well, the major problem here is that one sent that through text message, as opposed to actually having an in-person conversation with the man explaining exactly what was wrong, so that then he could ask questions if there was need of clarification.
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Exactly what it sounds like. That's why it's best to have these conversations in person.
Because unless you literally cannot read, which might be the case, I never thought about that, maybe you can't read. But if you can read, there's no confusion.
Obviously there was, or else there wouldn't be any need to ask for clarification. Now would there be?
Like, nothing makes me want to throw my phone out the window more.
Ironically, the fact that one actually is asking these questions probably one makes a lot of people throw their phones out the window.
This is why I support just ghosting, because what do you mean? What do I mean? How do you not know what I mean? So yeah, Explain yourselves. Like, can you guys not read? I just need to know. Because if that's the case, that's a different story.
It's not that they can't read. It's just that all that time that one spent sending paragraphs of information to a guy explaining one's feelings would have been better spent with an in-person conversation.
Does that make sense for you as far as like why divorce is inherently more risky for men?
I just feel like you're saying because women tend to be the person who initiates a divorce, correct?
Yes.
That's why it's riskier for men, but why do women tend to end divorces? With successful men that have money, they cheat.
She said it earlier.
They do all these things that women don't want to
She
put
said
up
it earlier.
with.
It's
So
a feeling.
why-
Feelings
yeah.
change from day to day.
Yeah,
time
so
to
I
time.
could have been in love with the person at the moment, but if that person is no longer treating me well just because we're married, I have to say no.
That's the point.
Because he can't be a good husband.
So as a man,
that's all I'm asking.
If I marry you and
Yeah.
you decide, you know what, he's not the guy I thought he was anymore, I'm leaving. You take half my stuff, and maybe.
So is there no risk
So?
without reward?
Oh, so what?
You married me, right?
No. So once again, this is why
You
men
wanted to marry me.
don't want to
You
get married.
thought you loved me enough that it would be worth it to you to marry me and
so
take
real
the
quick,
risk.
hold on, stop the show. You just basically admitted it with your own words why guys don't get married.
I just think marriage is an L in today's day and age. I mean, there's obviously the tradition component if you're religious, but you know, when it comes to the government involvement and the potential financial ramifications of having to unwind a marriage, it does not make sense. So don't get married, guys. Don't do it. You do, but you could have a life partner, for example, but you just don't need the government involved in
Exactly
that.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
And fully wants the whole white picket fence. We are husband and wife, but I just don't feel the need to go and sign some paper that lets them know that we are.
Yep.
With your sameness and fairness thing, to be honest with you, it kind of sounds to me like you want equality as long as it's benefiting women, but when it's not benefiting women and men can take the brunt of it, you're like, that's cool. Like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, how do you see that? How do
Well,
you
I
see
mean,
me
if
saying that?
if we lived in like a properly feminist world,
Uh-huh.
there wouldn't be affirmative action initiatives to
Mhm.
put more women in positions of like workplace positions and in academic positions. If we had a truly equal world, women, like I said, would get drafted into the military. Like, I think if feminists want to truly fight for equality, it's like, put your money where your mouth is. But if you only want equality when it's benefiting you, then it's not. You don't actually want equality. You just want a world that benefits women more often.
I'm not going to thank my husband for putting a new trash bag into the trash can. I'm not going to thank him for putting his clothes in the hamper. I'm not going to thank him for unloading the dishwasher. I'm not going to thank him for changing a diaper. I'm not going to thank him for cleaning a toilet. I'm not going to thank him for making the bed. I'm not going to thank him for doing any of the things that just come with living in a house. Like, if he would have to do it, if I didn't live here, like if he lived by himself and that was still a required task, I'm not saying thank you. That is just part of existing in a functioning home.
I'm not sure where this line of thought came from, that if we say thank you or show any type of gratitude, that we are enabling lazy men and that we will end up receiving less. Ladies, that is not how men work. And could you imagine if a man took the same line of thought and he decided he would no longer praise you for caring for your children, for making dinner, or for doing housework? Men are results driven, which is why gratitude, even for the small things, goes a long way.
There's no incentive for women to behave well through the course of a divorce at all, the way the laws are written. Legal professionals that I've talked to in the past will tell you flat out, you do not want to go to court, you want to try to resolve this out of court, because if you have a penis, you're going to lose. When things like parental alienation get very bad, what usually ends up happening is if the guy is lucky, he might get to see his kids, and he gets to see how effective his ex-wife is at brainwashing his kids into hating him and taking all of his money and doing whatever she wants with it, and he has no say.
Don't have to do, the adult content.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't have to do it. That would be great, but I would still want to do it. I mean, personally, like, I'm an exhibitionist. I love, like, putting my sexual self out there for other people to see, for other people to, like, touch themselves to, have fun with.
Can I ask you a question? Since you're about presenting yourself to the world, do you have a good relationship with your father?
Okay, here we go.
No, I don't talk to him.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I saw that coming a mile away.
Did me dead! Daddy didn't love me!
Let's say you had a daughter and she wanted to marry a homeless guy. Would you give him a chance? Would you want to meet him and talk to him?
Well, that's different because he has no money, but the girl's gonna have money if she's doing OnlyFans, so at least she can, like.
But what if I told you a woman's sexuality is the equivalent to a man's status and money? So if a girl's out there giving it for free,
that's your
all over
opinion,
the
but it's
internet,
not mine, so that's okay.
it's not about an opinion. It's about how the genders objectively look at each other.
But I don't agree. That's just not.
I mean, this is
not my philosophy. Like
but it's biological fact though. Like
I don't see it as equal.
men or women aren't equal. That's what I'm trying to illustrate here.
Yeah, but you just said it was equal. You said sexuality is equal
It's
to
a functional
money.
equivalent. That's why I had to switch the
Yeah, but I
scenario so
don't
you can
agree.
understand.
I just don't agree with that.
I found it interesting that you would go ahead and give a OnlyFans sex worker the benefit of the doubt and give her an opportunity to prove herself. But if I took the same situation, I said, okay, for your daughter, what if she was with a homeless guy? You said, no, I wouldn't even give him a chance.
Can I ask something?
Hold on. So I don't understand, like. So here's the thing. We live in 2022, right? And men and women, in the eyes of the law, are equal. Okay? And we're gonna stick to that right now because justice is supposed to be blind, correct? You're supposed to, you know, Lady Justice has the scales with the blindfold, and that blindfold is supposed to signify that justice is blind regardless of color, gender, race, whatever. Now, there are discrepancies in the legal justice system. Absolutely. We know that, you know, women serve 67% less time, or men serve 67% more time for the same offenses, etc. I get it. But we're working towards it, right? So my thing is simply this. I think women need to understand, you know, we got 14,000 of y'all in here. Women need to understand that there are men out there that will not give you the benefit, that will punch you right back in the fucking face if you hit them.
She'll hit me first, then Tommy.
I was gonna say the only person that I seen that got abused was Aaron.
Yeah,
Chris.
I'm so sorry.
So that's the only. I know. I seen the connect, but I'm just saying, like he was the one that got the beat up.
Yeah.
He got the real.
But Juicy, let's keep it objective here. She did strike him first.
I did see. Listen, I told you. I seen when you guys post. Listen, I was up it was like 140 something. And I seen it fresh on Fresh Page. I seen the video. I was like, oh shit. Some shit went down. I watched it. I seen exactly what happened. But that's what I'm saying, because in a sense where when Tommy had the time where he was like, oh, you got the wrong one. In my mind, I'm just like, damn, Tommy, like
Juicy, with all due respect.
All due respect. You got to cut me off. All right.
Yeah, I'm cutting you off because I know you're going to go down that tangent again. With he should have done this and he should have done that.
You're right.
It's easy for you to say
he's
that.
a man. He's showing the man striking left.
Here's the difference. It's easy for you to sit from the comfort of your own home and operate in 2020 hindsight. You're not in the situation. You're not getting embarrassed in front of 10,000 people. You're not getting your masculinity challenged by a very aggressive woman.
I don't
You
fight
don't have
men.
the threat of violence being thrown at you. You didn't get struck in the face. So it's easy for you to say that from your comfort of your home. Hey, you should have done this. You should have done that because you're a man. Listen, man. If you attack a man, he's gonna start. Sometimes he might treat you as an equal and punch you back.
One thing that women are better than men at.
Everything. Everything.
Stop the cap. Shut the That's always the answer. The same answer. Everything. Name something then.
Guys are stupid.
What about basketball?
Basketball. That's just like
I just feel like a lot of women just hate men. We can never get her flowers, bro.
I don't know. I guess I'm not that good at basketball, but I guess they can have that.
We can have the basketball, but everything else you guys got? Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
I think men need to be more clear on what they want.
Men need to be what?
More clear on what they want.
Men can't be more clear on what they
They
want.
need to be more clear.
It wouldn't work.
You should be honest.
I agree with that. If you're just straight up like that, hey, do you want to just hook up? Most women are probably gonna say no. A guy just walks up to you, hey, do you want to have...
Okay, no, never mind. I can't answer. Hold up, I wasn't thinking.
No, that's the problem. You never think.
No.
So a guy walks up to you at a party, and he's just like, hey, what's up? I think you're cute. Like, do you want to hook up?
I would say no. I always say no. No.
What you do for a living?
Well, I was an OnlyFans girl before.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What you was doing on there? Like you was getting spicy?
A little bit.
Right now, we ain't gonna waste no time, baby. Don't tell me you was on there scamming like the rest of these Instagram models, like just showing stuff that we can see on Instagram.
Nah, I wasn't doing
You was
that.
getting spicy?
Yeah.
What's your type?
I mean, you know, I like guys with like money, cars, nice houses.
Oh, you got all these standards. What you bring to the table?
I got myself.
You got yourself?
Yeah, I got myself.
You got yourself, but you expect all this from a dude.
Yeah.
It seems like you bring nothing to the table.
That's how Miami is. I'm trying to find my sugar daddy.
That's not me.
Why are you driving this car then?
Because I like this car. What do you mean?
That's what Miami guys do.
I think you got the wrong person that you're looking for.
All right, fine. I'm gonna get the out of this car then.
How about that? You're a gold digger anyway, so how about you keep it pushing? Miami just keep getting weirder and weirder. It seems like every girl in Miami the same, bro.
Okay, I think girls cheat more, and I think it's worse when a girl cheats because, okay, when a guy cheats, he's just having sex. That's all it is, okay? You know, guys are horny 24/7. They are made to mate. So when he cheats, it's literally one thing leads to another. They smash, boom, he never talks to her again, done and over with, right? Not for a girl. Girls are not horny 24/7. So when a girl cheats, most of the time, she's going to talk to a guy for a few weeks, okay? She's going to link up with him a few times, and then she's going to cheat. Is she going to cut him off? No. Why? Because girls get attached after sex. So she can't just cut him off. So not only is she smashing a dude, but she gave her time, her effort, her attention, all to another dude while she had a boyfriend. Is a guy gonna do that? No, because he doesn't care about getting to know the girl. He didn't care to invest in her on an emotional level. Girls invest in another male on an emotional level, which is 10 times worse. It's first degree. It's planned out, and it's fucked.
I want to hear shit from you talking about you being broke. If you're not working in 60 hours minimum a week that you're getting paid for, turn off YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and get your ass out there. Go down there, work at McDonald's, Circle K, get you a job. I don't care about your pride. You can't be proud and broke at the same time. Go work, and work, and then you take that money you make from your part-time job, invest some of it, take half of it, invest it to your future. The other 50%, the other percentage, take some, have some fun, go buy you a belt, then invest in self-improvement. Get you a high-income skill. Get you something that's going to give you high-value skills that you can market on, that you can leverage on the marketplace. Whether you're working in corporate America or whether you're going to be doing your own entrepreneurial thing in the future. But men, if you're working, the harder you work, the luckier you get, the more exposure you get.
And how the world works. You're running on override. Men build the world that you live in. Oh, okay. Who built that house or apartment you live in? Was it a crew of women? Who designed the metal work? Who put in the floor, the plumbing, the electrical system, the heating? Who put that in? The car you drive, was that built by a crew of women?
So women are not capable of doing none of those things. No.
You're not good at it. And when given a choice, excuse me, because when given a choice, because women are free today, right? And you're educated, right? Then why don't we see 51% of the construction workers as women? Why don't we see 51% of the engineers as women? Why don't we see 51% of the plumbers, electricians, military, train operators, heavy, dangerous work as women? Because when given an opportunity, women segregate themselves into more comfortable positions.
Ding, ding, ding.
Men do the dangerous work.
What's your husband drive?
He don't drive this.
I mean, you sure he won't mind you being in my car then? You say he's controlling. That's all you though, for real?
I'm natural.
Yeah, baby.
Don't be capping, man.
I'm capping. I got my titties done.
Okay.
These wasn't cheap. That purse ain't cheap.
I mean,
the upkeep ain't cheap.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest though. If you mess with me, your husband gotta go. It's not about to be no, oh, you messing with him and you messing with me, like, he gotta be a dub. I don't care how long y'all been together.
I'll separate for BBL. I ain't gonna lie to you. And he's done.
Perfect.
Okay.
What your husband do?
He work a little job or whatever.
You really don't like dudes with jobs, obviously.
No. I'm an entrepreneur. I like dudes who make their own bread.
He make good money.
A little something.
But you want more.
Of course.
Gold digger.
Got him!
You would leave your husband for me if I had a bag and got your body done.
Wouldn't you?
What? Your husband might see this video because you on YouTube. Look straight. It's a small camera right there, so I hope your husband see this shit.
All right, bye.
Oh, don't cover your face now.
What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
A 10.
Think other people would agree?
Yes.
What do you rate this girl on a scale of 1 to 10?
8.5.
All right, what do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
I give myself a good 8.5.
What do you rate this guy on a scale of 1 to 10?
Is that not you?
No, that's not me.
So I'm gonna say 6.
What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? You think other people would agree?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna see, all right? What do you rate this girl on a scale of 1 to 10?
7.
All right, what do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Myself?
Yeah.
8.
You think other people would agree?
For sure.
All right, let's see. What do you rate this guy on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like 6. 5. A 5.
What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like a 8. A 8.
Do you think other people would agree?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure, maybe.
All right, we're gonna see. I'm gonna take a quick picture of y'all, okay?
Yeah.
What do you rate these girls on a scale of 1 to 10?
Honestly, bro, the one on the right, she'll get the perfect type for me. She that Mia Khalifa build, bro. I give her a solid 8.5. She's solid.
They both 8.
Hey, Miss Canada. All right. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I'm seeking child support and back pay from this man.
Okay. Just straightforward. That's what I like. Just get right into it. How old is the child?
The child is now 3 years old.
3 years old.
And I have not received any child support.
In 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Sir, is there a reason you haven't given her any child support in the past 3 years?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
What is that?
We've been discussing the paternity obligation.
Okay.
Under the circumstances, I don't think I was the only person having a fling with Rocky at the time that she and I had that time together. And,
excuse me? Are you implying something?
Well, what I'm trying to say is that I understand that you may have been seeing some other people in addition to me. And the reason that I haven't provided
well, those are rumors.
I understand
First of
that.
all.
I understand that. But you haven't complied with my request for DNA test either, and that's my key. Is that if I have an obligation, I like to make sure it is my obligation and not the obligation of some other father.
Well, maybe you should have been obligated to your wife whenever you were having an affair with me.
You're right about that. And honest
So
truth is
you are
that,
admitting that you're married?
yes.
Oh, okay.
And I've told her. I've told her that we had this fling.
You didn't tell me you were married until after.
That's correct. That's correct. I did not tell you.
I'm sorry, I won't disrupt you guys anymore. Go ahead.
So, from my perspective, Your Honor, I certainly understand the situation. I'm not trying to be hard-hearted, so to speak, about this, but I think that there's some other questions that need to be answered before we agree on paying any kind of support, because at this point, we haven't confirmed whose child this is.
I already like the way this man is ready to take ownership of whatever happened between him and her, especially if there was a child born. This man seems to be very coherent about the fact that he want to make sure before he even sign a birth certificate that it's his child. Unlike this lady who is trying to put this man on child support and haven't even gave him a DNA test yet. You already know at this point she's thinking about nothing but this man's money.
I don't think they have anything to do with child support. It's more about you guys' backstory, but that has nothing to do with me. However, has this man taken a DNA test at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did he sign anything at the hospital?
No, he wasn't
acknowledging that he was the father? Okay. So he does have a valid point. Before we can actually place him on child support, he either has to accept parentage, which, according to what I'm hearing, you're really not accepting it.
He's in denial about his affair and doesn't want his wife to find out.
My wife knows.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
right.
knows now.
Ah, he's lying.
You told her?
I would have heard from her by now. I work with him, ma'am.
Oh. At the welding place?
I'm a receptionist there. That's how we met.
You're her direct manager. Oh, okay.
Yes, Judge, you know how this goes. It happens in the workplace every day. Women are always going to be hypergamous, looking for the top male they can find in any environment that they are in.
So, yeah, he's entitled to a DNA test.
Sure.
Okay, so before we can move forward with anything in terms of child support, looking at your financial documents you provided, he first needs to get a DNA test. So what I can do is you guys go and get the DNA test, then you can come back at a later date, possibly, if he's the father. If he's not the father, you're more than welcome to bring back as many people as necessary. I'm not implying by any means that what he's saying is true.
Right, he's
but
definitely
if he's
the
not
father.
the father, you can bring back as many people as necessary to get DNA testing, and we actually find the father and place him on child support.
Well, I know who it is, so that's not necessary, but thank you.
Okay. Is there anything further?
Your Honor, can we get your assistance in having this thing compelled so that we can get this DNA testing done expeditiously?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And it will be done through the Attorney General's office.
Okay.
Because they are actually on site in the courtroom, and it will be in the courthouse rather. And it will be much easier and free to you all to go ahead and use their resource. Okay? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Rocky,
You're welcome.
if I have obligations here, I'll stand behind them.
I appreciate that.
What do you rate these girls on a scale of 1 to 10?
Honestly, bro, the one on the right, she looked like the perfect type for me. She that Mia Khalifa build, bro. I give her a solid 8.5. She's solid.
They both 8s.
Destiny is a simp, period. Look at how he allows her to dance with another man, and the face he makes says it all. Regardless of what he says, my man is not happy in that moment. And spoiler, he's not in a dance school. This is in the comfort of his own home.
The reason why my face is like so weird is I'm just staring into the camera, like imagining the whole time. Like I wish they were naked.
Time. It's melt
It's
time.
melt time.
I think that was the worst part of the
Can
video.
you boost the audio? No, not in the YouTube player. In the YouTube
Look, I
player.
haven't danced for years and I'm doing so well.
Dude, that's
Are you
sad,
not
man.
focusing on how great I'm dancing?
Nope.
No? Really?
You're looking at the downfall of the West, you
Yeah,
guys.
right here. This is why Russia's
Like, you
gonna beat
do
Ukraine
look like
right here.
you want to die here. You can't deny that.
The downfall of the West. Well said.
So you're happy that we're being open
I think
then?
you're very attractive, obviously.
Oh.
So wait,
Which
hold
one?
on. One second. What the is polycule?
It's a group of people who are polyamorous with each other or whatever.
Oh,
I don't know.
Is that like a Pokemon or some shit? Or
It sounds like it, yeah.
okay. Question for you, Destiny. Have you, or both of you, have you guys always been poly, or any periods of monogamy, or just always?
Were you born like this?
What?
Were you born like this? Is there a gene?
Oh, well, in our relationship, if there's like a lot of fighting going on, we try to like kind of tighten up for a little bit so that there's not, because obviously we're like fighting and then people are like banging other people. It's probably going to compound it to a lot of other
Fuel on
problems.
fire.
Some more questions for you, Destiny.
Yeah, go for it.
The
dude.
Inquisitor. Not these are
That's
pretty.
good. I
These are
love
pretty
it.
tame. These are
I like
pretty
all
tame.
of it. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you running through chicks in Miami? Just
No,
like
I don't. Sexual. Okay, for me, sexual relationships are fun because one, I like women.
Yeah.
Two, I like the friendships that I have with women, and then three, it's fun to be sexual with people that you have friendships with that are women. Those are like fun things for me to explore. But it's not about like running up a body count. It's not the like, oh my god, I somebody. It's just like a fun activity that I like to engage
Just
in.
like the connection you can have with
crawl
someone
under
when
the
you get
table,
closer with
please?
them.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Say that again,
that'd be good for the
Melina.
memes.
I don't like finding out that a guy doesn't like me anymore. That he's like over me. What is that supposed to mean? What do you mean you're over me? Like you've moved on. That's not how this works. That's not how this works, okay? I was supposed to go my whole life knowing in the back of my mind that you still liked me, okay? I was supposed to think that every time I saw you, your heart did a little pitter-patter, okay? Now you've moved on? What does that mean? That's not possible. I don't understand.
This clip kind of exemplifies how a lot of these women think that men are kind of here to serve women and that they couldn't possibly be there to serve themselves and be an independent entity that is not here simply to complement the experience of women.
Why do you think men care about a woman's body count?
Do you? People actually care about that shit?
Men in general.
If a man is fucking asking my body count, he can get fucked. Who gives a fuck? Oh my god, that's so stupid. People actually ask that shit?
Yes.
Okay, well then you're talking to the wrong man. If a man is ever asking you about your body count, you're talking to the wrong man, and he can get fucked. Like, that's so fucking stupid. Get fucked.
So, can I ask you this then?
Yeah, sure.
So, what do you think about the analogy? If one key can open many locks, it's known as a master key, as opposed to if you have a lock that can be opened by any key, it's a shitty lock.
I think that if a woman is an analogy to you, then you're not fucking ready to be talking to a woman, and you should probably get fucked. So, if a woman is the key to you, talk to your mom. Talk to your sister. Talk to your cousin. I don't know. Get a real fucking life.
If I'm looking for a wife, I don't want her to have been with like more than 5 to 7 guys personally.
So are you gonna hope that the person that you're going to be with at some point hasn't slept with more than 7 people than you?
He wants a virgin.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if that's genuinely something that you're looking forward to, like more power to you. But I think maybe you should search in your heart for a little bit more empathy.
I don't think it's about empathy.
I feel
that. Why can't that just?
Empathy.
But why can't that just be his preference?
It can be. Maybe my personal views are going into that, but that's just me, I guess.
Women are afraid of commitment because they feel like they're going to lose their life, which is a false fear. Men are afraid of commitment because they fear they're going to lose their livelihood, which is a real fear.
Think about this, man. You work hard, bust your ass all through your 20s, and now you're finally starting to attract women. And now you're being told to settle down real quick with some chick that's 30 plus also, while she had her fun in her 20s, just screwing away all her value on yachts, private parties, and islands. No, of course that guy doesn't want to settle down and get married. Then there's the real fear of I could lose most of what I've worked for a better part of a decade. Some men their whole lives.
Do you ever get dressed and just be like, damn, I look good? I did today.
Do you ever look in the mirror and think, damn, I'm delusional? I'm causing stress on my heart, knees, and ankles. I hope you did today, so you can put down the fork and push away from the table.
Women want the best men all the time, and sometimes they just want to be single moms. Yeah, you heard that right. Here's the proof.
Do you guys want to be somebody's wife? What do you want to be? I don't really know if I necessarily want to get married. You want to have kids? I do want to have kids, but I'm not sure if I want to get married.
So women love to say, nobody chooses to be a single mother, Aaron. What is this?
You want to have kids, but you don't know if you want to get married. So that means that you're planning to already bring this child into and have a deficit in their life, right? If I find the right person, we could get married. But do you have to find the right person to have the baby? But do you have to find the right person to have the baby? I do think I have to find the right person to have a kid, but I also feel like I'm in a position where I'm doing things for my own, so I would completely be okay with having to take on their responsibility.
Now, I know some of y'all don't have critical thinking skills, so I'm going to try to break this down carefully. Stay with me. Number one, it is okay for a man to have the preference of not dating a single mother. Number two, it's okay for a single mother to feel some type of way about that if in fact the reasoning behind why this man doesn't want to date a single mother is because he feels like something is wrong with the single mother, when the truth is he simply doesn't want to raise somebody else's children.
Yeah, and rightfully so. So men prefer having their own kids instead of raising another man's.
Number three, when a man is raised by a single mother and he himself says he will never date a single mother as if a single mother is beneath him, he is part of the problem.
Women.
Number four, those of you who be like, oh, he just doesn't want to repeat the cycle, lack the critical thinking skills necessary and should have thought this through a little longer. Number five, in order for him to not repeat the vicious cycle of single motherhood, he would have to either A, become a stepfather to a fatherless child, or B, not create a single mother himself. Number six, if a man was raised by a single mother and he didn't necessarily have the best relationship with her, and that's the reason why he doesn't want to date single mothers, it isn't because she was a single mother that made her the worst person to be mothered by. It was because she was a terrible person to begin with, not because she's a mom. Number seven, just because you had a bad experience with your mother and she was single, raising you alone, doesn't mean every single mother you meet will be like your mom.
I'm literally shaking right now because I just had a man approach me in a parking lot and it went fine. And I'm going to tell you why it went fine and how to address it, because it was in a book I read and this is how you're supposed to address it, but it scared me. I'm literally shaking. So this guy, I am alone with my son, by myself, a woman, and a male approached me in a parking lot. He's, excuse me, miss, and I don't know why in the hell he was approaching me or what he was trying to do. And before he was probably 30 feet from me when he said, excuse me, ma'am. And I turned around and I literally yelled at him and I said, do not approach me. And he immediately started going in the other direction, and I just kept saying it over and over and over. I said, do not approach me. Do not approach me. And he, of course, like, got like, what the F, like, he started cussing and yelling, like, what's your problem? And I looked at him, and he actually then crossed a couple cars down from my car. He didn't come anywhere near me. He crossed a couple cars down from my car and was like, continuing to cuss and say, what's your problem? And I said, you do not approach women in a parking lot. I just kept saying, do not approach me. You do not approach women in a parking lot, like, yelling it. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot, ever. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. And if a male does approach you, you need to turn around and use the strongest voice that you can possibly use with them. Don't be polite. They need to literally screw off. No male should be approaching you in a parking lot.
Somebody told me that we're no longer using dating apps. We're going to Trader Joe's, Home Depot to find our husband, and that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so this is the fit. I thought it was casual, cute, but like still kind of girly. All right, here we go. This is what my life has come to. So it was kind of a bust.
Oh no! Are you okay?
I got approached by a girl, and she said, "Oh my God, you're so pretty. Can you take my survey?" So I mean, no one's going, but on to the next place. So I'm kind of over it. So I got in and out instead, and I don't know. I just want to go home.
Why can't women take the lead and show their interest more proactively? Well, it's because women are terrified of rejection as well. We're scared, so it's also tough for us to take the lead in the hopes that the guy who has never shown a lot of sexual interest feels similarly.
Do y'all even want to be husbands anymore? Or did you decide against it?
Let me try and explain what's happening. They're being friend-zoned, and they're seeing their buddies lose everything in divorce, including their kids. They don't feel like we want them anymore because we're too busy entertaining the F-boys and the douchebags. Because we've been told that exciting sex is what makes a relationship great. And our throwaway culture makes us run away from conflict. So yeah, they're giving up too.
It is very, very common to dream about an ex, to think about an ex.
Even if they're in a happy relationship?
Yes.
Hold up.
Wow. If you're offended that your partner still thinks about other past lovers or potential lovers, it's going to be a long life. Relationships are a choice. I fundamentally believe that. And the idea that you're not going to be attracted to other people because you have one spouse or one mate is highly unrealistic.
Guys, 33. It's time I stop playing around, settle down, and find me a husband. So what better place to go than Home Depot?
Yes. Do you guys have any husband material here?
But really, I'm actually very flexible anymore. Because I need to. I know husbands here. Hello. Yeah. This thing's huge. I don't even really know, like, men, like, I think it will, I saw, I want to put it here. So much heavier. Okay. My goal is to, like, shimmy somewhere how,
This man literally approached me, good looking, tall, dark, chocolate drop. Gets my number, says he wants to take me out on a date tomorrow. And I was like, great, that sounds cool. He texts me immediately after he leaves the place that we met. And he starts off like, what do you want to do? I'll take you anywhere you want to go. I'll spend all the kind of money, pretty much like, I'll take you anywhere you want to go, I'll take you. Pay for it, everything. Then he gets to, oh, you know, I just want to make you feel good. Like, let me eat it. Let me just make you feel good. I'm not trying to like, you know, go all the way with you. I'm just trying to make you feel good. And all I was thinking was like, okay, so basically you want a booty call and you think that paying for me to take me out
equals you getting some booty, and that's not how that works over here. And they try to gaslight me and manipulate me like, no, you got it all wrong. I'm not trying to like do you. I'm just trying to make you feel good. Like I want to, it's all about you. It's not about me. Like literally these men will say anything just to get some kitty cat. And I'm just like, is that what we doing here in 2022?
Failing men. Ladies, the reason that no man is approaching you is because of you, not them. I did the dirty work and asked men why they were afraid to talk to you and got over 5,000 responses. And there was definitely a common theme. Let's read some. I would say fear of rejection and being humiliated in front of everyone. I am not worthy enough to talk to women. I just have nothing to offer them except boring, normal life. Rejection paralyzes me. Current culture feels like I will be perceived as a creep for talking to a girl I don't know. Mostly it's the fear of rejection, like I'm bothering them somehow. Rejection maybe. Ending up on TikTok if you get my drift. Worried about being judged for not meeting the woman's appearance standards. So to the ladies, do better. The environment that you've created for men is only leading to the singleness that you continue to complain about. And to the men, maybe knowing that these responses were a trend amongst 5,000 of you is a bit reassuring if anything.
So the question women always ask is, why don't men approach us anymore? We be at bars, restaurants, etc. Men look at us, but they won't approach us. What's really the point of approaching you, ladies? Every time we approach you, we get called losers, creeps, weirdos, etc. So I don't see the point of approaching women anymore. Every time we approach you, as I said, we get called weirdos, creeps, losers. You make up excuses like you have a boyfriend when we all know some of you don't have boyfriends. You just use that as a defense mechanism to nicely reject the guy. So men looked at that and said, you know what? What's the point of really approaching anymore? There's no point of approaching anymore. So men stopped approaching. Men stopped trying to court you and take you out because we all know most of you are finessers and you just looking to finesse a guy. So men don't approach anymore. What's really the point, ladies? If you knew how to talk to a man, if you knew how to give a man a chance, they'll approach more, but not anymore.
I'm actually quite shocked at how dysfunctional this panel is and how nobody can maintain long-term relationships. Let me explain, right? So I'm actually pregnant with a girl right now. So I'm having a daughter, and being here is like terrifying because I have to see like the world that my daughter is going to come up in. And I don't want like what you guys are experiencing. I would never want or wish for my daughter. I don't want my daughter to be used by like some guy in high school or like some guy in college, because that's what's going on, because we're talking about dating and situationships. We're giving our bodies to these men, and I don't want her to be used by some guy who could care less. You know, I want her to be able to exercise discernment and have better options.
The more bodies you get as a girl, the more your value goes down.
What? And what about a man?
Catch some buddies, man. I get more value. The more girls I fuck, my value goes up. The more guys you fuck, your value goes down.
No.
It's like, nah, bro. No.
It's crazy. What the fuck? Because you fuck a lot of girls, your value goes down?
Goes up.
It goes up?
If you fuck a lot of guys, your value goes down. Oh, it doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, what's your body count then?
I'm not gonna say it.
Exactly.
I could, because it's not that high.
What is it? If you didn't care and it didn't matter, you would say your body count. But it does matter, which is why you don't want to say it.
No, it's just because it's private. I don't want to say it on the internet because like people are dumb and they're gonna be like, I don't know. It's just.
But that means it matters.
It's my life.
But that
it
means
doesn't
it matters.
matter. It's people are just dumb.
That's my point.
I
that
can
means
say
it matters.
To be honest, I'd rather just be a little lonelier than deal with all the hassle of dating. I'm really not in a place emotionally and financially where I can deal with sorting through a bunch of misses to find a Mrs. Nowadays, with dating apps, there's always something new and more exciting just around the corner. So many women I've dated have abruptly broken things off because they found something more exciting. Dating is like taking on a part-time job. I don't have the time or the energy. I'm sure all of you can relate to that. Social media, Hollywood, and porn have really altered the expectations of the general public across the board when looking for a mate. It's actually really messed up psychologically when a person thinks about it. Specifically, unrealistic expectations are held by people who conveniently hold themselves to extremely low standards but feel entitled to the best. More specifically, unrealistic expectations are held by people who act like victims when they're confronted with equally high expectations.
Girls are perfect 10 out of 10s. Like, we all know at least one. Guys don't talk to them.
I wanted to stitch this video, and I have talked about this before. I mostly got attacked in the comments section, unlike this creator, because I guess you guys have to hear something from a man to determine it true, but I digress. Yep, I said it. Anyway, personally, I think this is the case because ego. Guys love a challenge, they love to chase after something, but they don't like a challenge in the exchange of their ego or an ego burn, ego bruise, whatever. If they feel like they can't attain that thing that they're chasing, the thing that they're fighting for, them not getting it, that rejection will hurt them. They don't go after like the super intimidating, beautiful, like bombshell girl unless their ego gives them some reason to believe that they can attain that girl. But any seemingly normal guy is not going to go after that girl because he feels like there's too much competition, her rejection is going to hurt, she has a boyfriend, she's intimidating, she's going to say no. Like,
all right, y'all. Here's a question. Why men don't approach women anymore? Glad you asked. Let's get into it, family. Happy Saturday, everybody. Number 1, the fear of rejection. Women today, as we know, have some unrealistic standards. Some women. Unless he has a 6-pack, 6 figures, and is 6 feet, you can't talk to him. Number 2, it's not just about the fear of rejection. For some men, it's the fear of being labeled a creep or a predator because the man that's approaching you isn't your type. So because he's interested in you, he a creep? Come on now. Number 3, online dating, which has made it so men don't have to get rejected in person. Number 4, social media. Now you can just run up in somebody's DM. You don't have to have communication skills. I think all this technology and everything has made our communication skills terrible, y'all. Terrible. And last, we've seen how women will reject men in unnecessarily rude ways. It's okay to not be interested, to try to embarrass them. Y'all, we gotta stop.
Wait, Brian, did you just say that you don't like challenges?
Yeah, when it comes to dating, no, I don't.
Okay, I think you're just self-admitting and not being an alpha because that's what makes some relationships more exciting and for the guys to keep pursuing because if it was safe and stable, it kind of gets boring.
No.
That's how girls
Okay, first off, we're talking about dating. I absolutely engage in challenging things when it comes to my business, when it comes to all that. I'm not shying away from challenge. When it comes to dating, again, Proverbs 21:19, better to live in a desert than with a quarrelsome and nagging wife. I don't want my partner to be a challenge. I don't want to date a fence sitter chick. I don't want to date a girl who's playing hard to get, because if you play hard to get, you quickly become hard to want.
Sitting out here struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me.
But why should they? And why would they even want to? After all, women have been telling men over and over again to leave them alone. Women are independent. They don't need men. And now some are complaining when men are actually listening to them.
They don't make real men anymore. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not all men because there are good men out there.
That's a very good point. There are good men out there.
As a woman, like, you don't see men holding doors anymore. They don't help anymore. They rush and sit down on trains and buses before women and pregnant women and elderly are sitting down. It's just a hot mess out here. But
this really shouldn't come as a surprise. After all, isn't this what some women wanted? What modern feminism was pushing for? For women to be treated as equals to men, right? No special treatment needed. Don't need to hold open a door. Why help out? Women can do everything themselves just as good as men can. But now it seems some are complaining that they got exactly what they asked for.
Happened over the last couple of generations, but men don't help women. They don't offer to hold doors and things of that nature. And part of that obviously is because radical feminists, have said, if you hold the door for me, you're implying that I'm weak. So it's not like it's just the fault of men.
Do you ever fear about like looking like a Karen, or do you think you ever overreact?
I literally wear a shirt that says Proud Karen to the airport.
Really?
I sell them.
Oh, so you go in there ready to battle.
I let people know, like, like it's not.
And think about when you go to a bar, who's supposed to buy women drinks? Men are. Do you see that as often as like years and years ago? All costs.
I get all that, man. I have to protect
Even
that,
when
blah,
girls
blah,
are
blah.
fighting with each other, like it is so ugly. It is the ugliest thing that there is men around and they're not doing anything.
But why do you think men don't do that anymore? Because they used to do that before. But why do you think they don't do that anymore? They stopped doing that.
Why do you think you're a man? You tell me.
First of all, good question. The reason I think, men, we don't do it anymore because you guys don't respect us anymore.
Okay.
Second, you guys don't need us anymore. I don't need a man. I'm a strong woman, independent. You're the independent, you're strong. What do you need me for? What do you complain to me not protecting when you already have everything that you want? I'm a boss. What do you need me for?
So women are not forced to conform to what men want because we'll get the attention anyways. And there's evidence that suggests that 50% of women are never going to have kids or get married. And then you take the women that do get married, 50% of them will divorce.
And that's by 2030, so it's not even that far away. So like if we take this room for example, how many girls are there in this room? 2, 4, 6, 7. At least let's make it nicer than it is. At least 3 of us will never get married and never have kids. And that's a
Because I always talk about the demonization of, women who choose to stay at home, the demonization of housewives, the demonization of women who make a different choice than what is considered the acceptable choice of the modern feminist movement. And not every woman is going to want to be that CEO or enter the workforce. Some of them want to devote themselves to being a wife and being a mom. Why do we have to disparage them because they're making a different choice than what a lot of women make in this day and age? Why? Why can't we just fight that reflex? Because we all have it, right? I mean, Rollo Tomasi says we're all kind of raised in the feminist age, and hence we kind of have a little bit of that lens. I believe that he's right on that in many respects, because I even have to check myself sometimes, because it's almost like you're programmed to react a certain way, and it just starts coming out of your mouth, and you're like, wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. You really have to kind of deprogram all of that stuff and look at stuff for what it actually is.
Modern woman and like a lot of the feminist indoctrination, brainwashing, and American women with these like massive insecurity things. She's just saying like, well, I don't want men to be the leader. That's basically what she's saying. She's like, I don't want men to be the leader. I don't like women can be leader too. Not even women can be leaders too, but she's saying like women can be better leaders in certain situations.
Went out of his way to make the workforce within that company 50-50 as much as he could in terms of men and women being represented. So we're talking about engineers, we're talking about tradespeople, we're talking about in workshops, we're talking at the managerial level.
If you hire 50% women engineers and 50% male engineers, then the women engineers are less qualified because the pool of engineers is lower among women. So you can't hire 50% women engineers without producing a decrement in the quality of the engineers, because this selection pool is too small. You can't do that on a large scale. You might be able to do that in one company. Look, you think about it mathematically. If there's 10 times as many male engineers as there are female engineers, and you insist upon hiring 50-50, then obviously the degree to which the female engineers are proficient cannot be the same as the degree to which the male engineers are proficient. It's mathematically impossible.
So you're saying don't even try?
No, I'm saying something much more specific than that.
When a woman says that you're controlling, toxic, insecure for not wanting your girl to go party 4 or 5 nights a week and get drunk and put herself in these sorts of situations, that's basically essentially just shaming language. You're trying to shame men out of using our masculine instincts to keep her out of positions that put the relationship at risk. There's absolutely no reason that a man should allow his girlfriend to put the relationship at risk. And I do think it's the case that if you're going out and partying and getting drunk and being around these kinds of people in these kinds of environments, you are putting your relationship at risk.
Imagine thinking that it was a bad thing, by the way, for a man to say that it's their job to take care of women. Remember when that was noble? Do you remember? I don't remember. When the Titanic was sinking, I don't remember all the women complaining that they were on the boats first with the children. No. Were they like, no, I'm staying here. Men, you take the boats. I've got this. No, because that would be weird. That would make no sense, right? And now we're warped, right? So this now we've been programmed as women to think that when a man says it's my job to take care of a woman, you're supposed to be offended by that. Instead of saying to yourself, well, that's a fundamentally decent man that thinks that's his job and is going to work his butt off to make that happen. Warped society. Don't play the game.
It just doesn't make sense to me how women are not being asked out on dates. Like, there are so many beautiful women, like, come on, like, just shoot your shot. But a lot of the things that the guys were telling me, and these were guys from the ages of like 19 to 40, was like, no, we don't want to intimidate a woman. If we see them on the street, like, we'll cross the road so that they feel safe.
I do that.
No, we don't want to come across creepy. So I do see that obviously culture has really like removed this from the man, this kind of like the art of the chase. And then that, I think, in effect, is making more men passive.
There's
There's a two-part solution that I have to this dilemma. Number one, women need to stop shaming men for simply approaching them, whether he is attractive in her eyes or not. Yes, I'm calling you out, ladies. Part two, I might get a lot of backlash for this, but more women need to approach. And just to be clear, ladies, I'm not talking about you just doing a brief look at him or a super quick smile, because those are such little hints that he might just think that you're being nice.
Is it just me, or do men not approach women anymore?
Men my age and younger are no longer walking up to women. Why do you guys not do that?
Where are all the good men, they're asking?
Where are all the good men?
Where did all the good men go?
Men don't approach you. Although you have beautiful hair, your makeup is spot on.
They're weenies. They haven't been trained.
My eyebrow girl gave me the best line to use if a guy keeps staring at you but won't come up and say anything to you.
Just realized about relationships. A guy starts off by putting 100% in the beginning of a relationship. And over time, that will slowly go down from like 100 to 95 to 90 to 80 to 85. And then you notice, and you only notice when it goes down to like 75 or 80%, and then you say something. And then when you say something, he puts back 5% effort and you're content. You're like, okay, he put in some effort, but it never goes back up to 100 or 90 or 95. It just goes from like that 75 to 80. And then it goes back down again to like 70. And then it goes down to 60. Long story short, it'll just go back down to 10% when it started at 100. I'm not saying all men do this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as a woman, I feel like we invest more time and put in more effort as the relationship goes on because it becomes more and more serious. Moral of the story, if you're dating a guy and he starts off at 100% effort and you're noticing over time it's slowly going down, I just think that you deserve better.
Leave women alone. Stop telling us what to do with our hair. Stop telling us what to do with our bodies. Stop telling us how to dress. Leave us alone.
Gold digger. Of course I just married him for the money and I'm waiting for him to die in like 5 years to leave behind the life insurance policy.
Shut up, bitch! Why men don't approach women anymore. Number one, the fear of rejection. Women today, as we know, have some unrealistic standards. Some women. Unless he has a six-pack, six-figure, and is 6 feet, you can't talk to him. Number two, it's not just about the fear of rejection. For some men, it's the fear of being labeled a creep or a predator because the man that's approaching you isn't your type. So because he's interested in you, he a creep? Come on now. Number three, online dating, which has made it so men don't have to get rejected in person. Number four, social media. Now you can just run up in somebody's DM. You don't have to have communication skills. I think all this technology and everything has made our communication skills terrible, y'all. Terrible. And last, we've seen how women will reject men in unnecessarily rude ways. It's okay to not be to try to embarrass them. Y'all, we gotta stop.
I'm good.
I get your name?
No, I don't have a name.
You want a name?
No.
That's very rude.
What drink you gonna get? You're rude for coming up to me and talking to me.
That
was nice to you.
There was no problem when you go.
Oh yeah, I'm just texting my friend. She was just texting me.
No, it was no problem. I had seen you had left it on the table, and I was trying to get your attention, but you kept walking, so you probably didn't hear me too. That's why I was bringing over here.
So what you came out here for?
Man, I was bringing your ID. I would want somebody to bring in mine, and I'm on break anyway, so it means.
Well, I'm grown. What else you came out here for?
Man, obviously that, and it's obvious, that you're pretty. So I was trying to talk to you, see if I can get to know you a little bit.
I want to get to know you. So what else you do outside this little job?
Damn, little job, man. Listen, it's a job, man. Not a little job. I mean, but I'm a bartender, so that's what I do. I mean, I'm.
It's open. It's open.
I don't go out on dates with guys who don't open the door for me.
Really?
Really?
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh man.
No, he didn't.
Normalize fucking hating your husband.
Are you stupid?
Like, for real. It's okay to go through about a minute, half a day, couple hours, fuck, a full day, even a week of just like, I can't fucking stand you right now. But deep down or in the back of your head, it might be all the way down in your toes at this point, I love you so much. And I know we're in this together. We're just in the thick of it.
Is it just me? Yes. Is it just me, or do men not approach women anymore?
I'm literally shaking right now because I just had a man approach me in a parking.
I have noticed that people my age, men my age and younger are no longer walking up to women and trying to engage in conversation. They're no longer coming up asking for a number. Why do you guys not do that? Why do you not walk up to women anymore?
Stop approaching women when they're alone. No, men are weird. Stop talking to women you don't know.
Oh, single men, why are you don't pursue anymore? What's up?
No. I hate when men approach women.
So should a guy ever approach a girl in public?
I don't think so, no.
This year, I decided I'm going to go the full year without using any dating apps. However, I still want to meet people. So tonight, it's Friday, I'm going to go out by myself.
Just passing a beer garden that was full of people with their friends. It's okay. I don't know what I thought. I genuinely thought that I was gonna meet people. I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna keep trying. But it was really hard.
Is it too direct for like a stranger to come off the street or in a restaurant to say, oh, I think you're really interesting and get your number there? Is that?
Of course, because I had this set of situations. It's weird. Because do not approach a woman who did not inspire that.
This question is for the guys. So, why don't men approach women anymore?
So what's inappropriate? You at a game, watching your son play. Is that inappropriate?
If you're not interested, it's always inappropriate. So the thing is, it's true. If you're into somebody, it'll be the greatest thing you've ever heard. If it's a guy you have no interest in, you'll be like, get away from me right now. My son's on the court.
There's a video going around of a woman describing her experience of being alone with her son when a strange man starts to approach her, which she yells, do not approach me, get away from me, and the man gets like offended before going away. And I've said it on this channel before, but I will say it again. Men do not seek out women for help. They will either seek out another man or they will contact the authorities. There is almost no reason for a man to be approaching a woman in public that they do not know, especially if that woman is a mother with her child and they are alone. This happened in the parking lot of a grocery store. If he really needed something, he could go inside the grocery store and ask for assistance from an associate. Leave women alone.
Yeah, this woman is confused. As far as I know, the man was trying to return something to the woman, and he went to her and said, "Excuse me." After that, she just went crazy on him and started yelling.
My read on this situation. Two potential ways I think it could be going. One is that she's got PTSD. If that's the situation, then what we're really looking at here is someone sharing their mental wounds publicly. The other side that it could potentially be is just like her looking for content. This is probably like the fourth take, and she started the video like, my hands are literally shaking. This guy, oh wait, hold on, do it again. My hands are literally shaking right now.
And here's how to have it all, right? Here's how to have it all and be able to be all of these things. When I'm thinking about the phrase have it all, men don't get asked that. Men don't get asked like, how can you have it all, right? How can you pursue having it all?
You know that in emergencies, the reason why we evacuate women and children first is so that we can stay behind and figure out the solution in silence.
I really wish this was true. It's not, but I wish it was. I don't want men to come approach me in public. I do not want some man I do not know offering help with my car. Half the time when men try to offer to help me with my car, they fuck up my car. And then they go, well, I was just trying to help. Well, no one asked you. No one asked you. Unless you are the mechanic I paid to fix my car, no one asked you. If you're having trouble getting a date, just say that. Don't act like all the rest of us women want to be approached or offered fucking unsolicited advice or help. 'Cause we don't. Leave me alone.
I just love the taste of nothing.
I don't know what man needs to answer this question, but how come when y'all see a woman
and you see that she's not in the mood to speak to anybody, that's the best time y'all think to pursue her. If I don't look like I want to be spoken to, why are you telling me to put a smile on my face? Want me to be walking around like this?
Eyebrow Girl gave me the best line to use if a guy keeps staring at you but won't come up and say anything to you. I am in this predicament, so I was like, Yamita, I need help. And she's a bad bitch. And I knew that she would know what to do. She was like, next time he's near you, just say, I see you peeking but not speaking. I was like, I love that, because kind of calling them out for what they're doing and you're making the first move by talking to them first. It's funny, it's clever, it's a recipe for success.
Me during the earthquake so that she doesn't get the ick. This is literally what men have to do. These are the hoops they have to jump through because of the ridiculous standards that women put on them on social media. Somebody commented and said, new ick, standing still during an earthquake. Somebody else said, what earthquake? I didn't feel shit. That is what you have to say.
Nobody talks about this, but it is very difficult to be attracted to the person that is good for you. Like, good on paper, right? Like, they're good. Like, you know that this is a good choice for you, but something is missing and you don't know what it is. It's that most likely you're looking for that chaotic adrenaline rush that you get when you like the person that is not good for you.
Honestly, just grow up. That's all this. I continue to hear women say nonsense like this. I mean, she even admitted it. She's saying pre-healing, it's hard to stop doing this behavior. Basically saying that women who do this are injured.
Look, I have a kid. I used to be like that until I had my kid. Now that I have my kid, like, I might be this, oh, I'm a boss bitch, da, da, da. But deep down in my heart, I would do absolutely anything to be at home and be like always with my child.
There you go.
But unfortunately,
and have a man protecting you. Stop acting like, stop leaving out the man part. Right. Because for you to be home with your child, that means you got a man holding you down, protecting you.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, he's right. And that shit's hard. Like, but unfortunately, since I'm by myself, I gotta hustle, you know? Yeah. But I would do anything to have a man like that.
That's what we saying. That's exactly.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless you for telling the fucking truth. God bless you for telling the truth. Talking about Instagram over a real nigga. You did choose Instagram over a man.
Because unfortunately, like, that's a platform where I can make a living off and nobody's helping me because I don't have that protector yet. You get me?
So you don't think a man could provide and protect for you?
Yeah, but I just haven't found that guy yet. And
that's what we're saying. That's what we saying. Hold on. How come women can't just say, listen, I want a man, instead of acting like y'all don't want a man and just want to be boss bitches?
Right.
That's what we're saying.
Nobody said that.
That's not what I said.
Nobody said that. Like y'all said,
I don't want to interrupt.
Nobody said that.
Like y'all
she wants to, after you go, she wants to clarify her point.
I just want to clarify because I feel like it's getting turned.
Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Put the camera on her.
Who?
You.
Couch girl.
Like y'all said, you're right. And I've been trying to talk, but Myron don't let me. But I really respect Myron.
Because you can't finish your sentence.
Because it's hard for me to explain. But I respect the fuck out of you, and I give you your right because you're right. That is true. What you're saying is true, and I respect you, and I respect everything that you've done. This whole part, like,
just make your point, please.
The point is that I haven't found the protector because No, I don't know the point already.
Because you want to stay at home with your child. You want a man to take care of everything.
This is why I cut you off.
He can take care of you.
All right, go ahead. Please say what you were going to say.
So what I had said got twisted. I'm not saying that I don't want a man. Like, I would love a happy marriage. I would love that. But I think there's a big difference between want and need. And I think as a person, you shouldn't need anyone. You should want them in your life.
I'm really glad you brought this up. We had a discussion about this the other day. The problem is that women want a man. No, you fucking need a man. You need to operate like you need one. And I'll tell you why. Only in modern day times. Well, from a biological standpoint,
happily single.
Because
you mean like as far as like children?
Yeah, she's unhappily single too. Here's the thing. From a biological standpoint, women do need men. And I know they get mad when I say that, but a woman cannot take care of herself and her child on her own until recent times. But the problem is that
But you agree that right now that they can.
They can, but here's the thing. Social constructs don't adhere to reality. A woman can get a degree and make more money, etc. But guess what? Let's say you make $100,000 a year. How much do you want your man to make?
101.
At least on your level, correct?
Yep.
I think the man should be able to equally contribute. Yes, ideally.
Fantastic. Thank you. That proves my point that even though you have your security taken care of, you will not deal with a man unless he can add an
I didn't
additional
say I
level.
wouldn't. I said I would ideally like.
Let me.
Ideally like. That would be ideal.
Well, congratulations. That's you and every other woman. Women want a man at least on their level, if not better. Even if they're able to provide their own level of security, they will not entertain or deal with a man unless he can provide some level of security as well. Why is that? Because women are hardwired to look for a man that can provide security. So what I'm simply saying is that you can go ahead and provide for yourself. That's true. But you can't beat your biology.
That was
you still
my
want a man
argument,
who's
was that we
superior,
can.
and you can't. Just because you can doesn't mean it's optimal. Just because it's capable does not mean it's optimal. I can send 20,000 women into war, and I can do that. It's capable. Is it optimal? No. I'd rather send 20,000 men to war. Why? Because men are biologically superior to women from a physicality standpoint. So just because you can doesn't mean it's the best. And my thing is this: women say, "I don't need a man." You actually do. Biologically rooted to need a man. The problem is that women want a man, and when you want, you're not going to go as hard. If I go to the gym and I need to get in shape and I need to fucking look good, I'm going to go ahead and do everything required. But if I simply want to do it, I'm going to go to the gym, half-ass it, have a pizza here or there. I'm not going to take it as seriously. And that's where a lot of modern day women are. They think, I make money. I don't need a man. I want one. Well, guess what's going to happen? That guy wants some sex. He's going to get it from you and then move on to the next bitch. So you need to move with a purpose. A lot of girls think, I just want one. Well, you're not going to take it seriously when you just want one. You need one.
Well said.
And that's how you got to move.
And you did say that I'm happily single and then I could be a CEO, which was insinuating.
And a boss bitch. You said boss bitch.
I did it. I said
it was insinuation that you don't need a man, and therefore being a CEO would be equal happiness to having a man in
The
your life.
question was, he said that if basically what he had said was that, oh, if you don't get married and you don't have this man, like, you're not going to make it. And I said, that's not true. You could. There are, basically what you were saying was that if you're not pretty, you're screwed.
And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.